Hello there and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video we got a cool ship for you. We've got a ship that I didn't think you could buy in the game, which is kind of interesting. So the ship we're looking at is the Trader Railstar, or in my case the Tier 3 version of the Trader Railstar. So the tier system just denotes an increase or decrease in stats depending on the tier. So for instance, this tier 3 has an A-class reactor with 33 power, a tier 2 may only have 30, and a tier 1 may only have 25. Aesthetically, the ships will be exactly the same regardless. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Like I was saying, this is the Trader Railstar. Now this is a ship that you will have come across quite a bit if you just kind of hover around planets for a little while. These are usually operated by NPCs that just when you talk to them, they like try to trade. They're kind of meant to be there for like piracy purposes. But yeah, I thought the only way you could get them is by boarding them and stealing them, but apparently not the case. I have found this one and I found the other one, which I'll do another review on in another video. But yeah, it's pretty cool that you can buy these. So let's look at the stats, shall we? So it's got a fuel of 520, which is really, really good. I mean, these ships are seen absolutely everywhere, so it makes sense how they have enough, fuel to kind of make the long treks out into space. It's got a hull of 834, which is very good for an A-class vessel that's kind of a trading vessel. It's got a cargo capacity of 1200, which isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's quite good for an A-class. Now, obviously, you could build a ship and you could pump up the cargo capacity by a shocking amount. But yeah, this is just we're dealing with like default ships. Something to note, this is one of the few ships I've reviewed that has shielded cargo. Now, for any of you guys that don't know what shielded cargo capacity is, it basically is to do with smuggling. If you want to, say, take Aurora from Neon to New Atlantis, when you fly to orbit New Atlantis and you're trying to land, you get scanned. And shielded cargo basically decreases the likelihood that you will get detected. So you see here it's 160. So basically, as long as your contraband cargo weighs less than 160, it's protected to an extent. It's not 100% safe. There it is down at the bottom there. You can see it. So that's just quite cool. Anyway, stat-wise, we got an A-class reactor with 33 power. That is phenomenal. We have the best reactor in the game there. There you can see it. It's nice to see it on a ship. I would probably buy this ship just for the reactor. It's just, yeah, best reactor for an A-class. It's only got a crew of 3, which is, I mean, it's okay. Like, this, lore-wise, this is a trader vessel. You're not going to have a huge crew because it's going to be like kind of a hauling thing, you know, like a trucker. You might have a co-pilot. Well, you're probably going to have a co-pilot. You might have an engineer, you know, so it makes sense. Jump range of 27 light years, which isn't bad. It's 3 off max, so yeah, you can go pretty much anywhere. It's got 730 shields, which is quite impressive, yet again. Obviously, you can go up to maybe like 900 shields, depending on if you choose a different module. But still, it's quite good. Like, just looking at the hull and the shields, this could be a very capable combat vessel. Weapon-wise, in the current configuration, it has a single particle weapon on the underneath the cockpit, and then it has a single missile. So in its current config, it's not really good for combat weapon-wise. Don't get me wrong, on like normal, you could probably shake off some bandits, but if you're playing on very hard and you get engaged by pirates, unless you modify the weapons, your only way is to run, basically. But anyway, let's purchase this ship. So this ship cost me 153,140. Now your price will vary depending on the perks you have and the tier of the vessel. If you have a lower tier, it'll be cheaper. So I found this here in... We are on Porima 3. This is the Red Mile. So this is a location of a potential quest line, but you can come here at any point. There it is there. Over here we have Paradiso. So this is in the Porima system. You just come over here. Now, I have only ever seen this here. There's Porima there. There's Volai over there. So yeah, I've only ever seen this here, so I'm assuming it's unique to this vendor. But anyway, yeah, let's go to our usual spot and check it out, shall we? Alright, so we're back in the usual spot. So here's an overview of the vessel. So I did another review on the channel where I commandeered the Valentine, the the Scottish guy who sings the sea shanty or the space shanty. And I stole his ship, and he was using a version of this ship. I was informed in the comments that his ship varies depending on the class, but this is the A-class ship I believe he uses. So it's pretty interesting. Anyway, let's go hop in. So it's got those Hope Tech bumpers, so you don't accidentally scratch the paint. Although the bridge sticks out more, so you might scratch the bridge. So entry is in through a Deimos cargo bay, which Deimos is pretty nice. Quite spacious. We check our usual med pack, always nice to see. So up we go into the ship. So there's not a lot to this ship, just looking at it from the outside anyway. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 rooms. Okay, so immediately we are in a... What is this, a 3x1? This is a 3x1 all-in-one berth. Might be living quarters actually because of the bathroom. We've got some beds here, a set of bunk beds, another set of bunk beds there. Quite like that. For a trader it makes sense. And then I was informed you can actually use the galley, but you have to click on specific things. This galley is easy to use, so you could like click on it. You can make all your favorite food, like we're gonna make some alien jerky real quick. Yeah, so it's just nice that this is here. All the ships tend to have these, which I didn't realize.
That room of yours better be clean next time I go in there.
I'll get to it, Dad.
And then if we go up here, to the next floor, this is just a standard 1x1 storage room. We have the docking bridge here, or docking bay, the docking port. And then when we enter here, we have the Shroud Eklund Bridge, which is a very nice bridge. Got a nice, somewhat panoramic view. We've got the pilot seat there. You've got your co-pilot to your left, your navigator to your right, and you've got 2 officers, or 2 seats for like your weapons officers. It's quite a big bridge for... Bar, why are you still like a security guard? It's like, I don't know, I feel like this is too big for like a kind of a smaller A-class trading vessel. It's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's just, I don't know, I feel like I'd go with like a Hope Tech one maybe, something smaller. That's just me. As you can see, it's got those really cool like 3-tone colors. Let's take it off and see how she performs. I'm expecting good things from the power. Oh yeah, we have power. Oh, I need to get rid of my crew. Lovely. I forgot to get rid of my crew, so they're like buffing my stats. You can see there, we'll do a teardown at the end of the video. You can see at the back there is the shielded storage.
We're in orbit, Captain.
Alright, so I'm back. I had to really quickly fix that. So yeah, we've more than enough power. Like our power is phenomenal. Like we have enough to power everything, and we've got 3 left over. So if we didn't put points into the grav drive, we have 12 power. So you could add more weapons, more whatever really. So weapon-wise, we have a single particle weapon there on the underside of the bridge, and then we have they fire really fast. So speed test. We've got a base speed of 150. Pretty nice. Although you might have to go downhill to hit 50. Got a boost speed of... I'm going to guess about 600. Yeah, it's going to be 600. Which is, again, it's quite good. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Maybe do a quick pitch. Oh, yeah, it's not the fastest, but not the slowest. But like maybe like a 5, maybe? Pretty average. Pitch seems faster. I'm gonna give the pitch or the yaw as a 6, and then the roll is quite fast. Alright, so we're gonna go and do a teardown now on the planet. Alright, so here we are in the teardown section. We've split it into 3. So on the top here we have the Viking CP-100 cockpit from Shroud Eklund, 200 cargo, 4 crew space. We have the Nova Galactic companionway 1x1, and we have the Shroud Eklund Connect Pro Docker. And then for weaponry on the bottom we have the PB-50 Auto Proton Beam A-Class, 3600 range, 6.65 fire rate, 15 shield and hull damage, and it requires 4 power. And then we have the Tsukisasu 19K missile launcher from Shinigami. A class, 5100 range, 1 fire rate, 81.89 damage to shields and hull, and 4 power. And then we have this Bastille S84 shield generator from Nautilus, A class, 7 power, 730 shield health. So if we were going to find a better shield, there is one, I believe, potentially two. Let's see. So this one here, there's one, and then I believe this is... Okay, there's a 1050, but it's not there. So we have these two here. They both require Starship 4 design, which this one also requires. So this one here, the 60S Protector Shield Generator from Dogstar, is A class. 8 power, so 1 more power. And it gives 810, so an extra 80 shields. And this would just slot up on top like normal. And then we have this Deflector SG, which gives an extra, gives 860, requires 1 more power. Price range, yeah, this is 2k more, and this is 3k more. This one you'd have to kind of mount it somewhere a bit more finicky. So there's some upgrade paths anyway. And then we have, at the back here, we have the Spheromac DC-202 reactor from Deep Core, A-class reactor, 33 power. There's nothing to change here. This reactor is phenomenal. For the fuel, we have a pair of these 500T HE3 tanks from Ballistic Solutions. They give 210 each, 2 of them. And then we have 2 more at the back here. These are 100G HE3 tanks from Ballistic Solution. They give 50 each. Now, something to note is that these are kind of, like, from an aesthetic point of view, if you like the look of them, fine, but these don't really serve much of a purpose. Like, one of these gives 4 times the jump fuel, over 4 times, and it only is 3 times as heavy. And then obviously we've got the, so you could basically remove these if you just wanted to shed some space, or some weight. And then we've got 2 of these Store Max 30 cargo holds from Dogstar. They're 210 each. Now obviously, with the cargo capacity, you can replace these for the red ones. They require design 1, which isn't hard to get. And they cost a little bit more, so they're 500 versus 1744, but they pretty much double your cargo from 210 to 435. So an extra like 400 cargo, which is really, really nice. There's no aesthetic pieces on this one. So in the middle of the ship here, we have the Deimos all-in-one berth 3x1. We've got 2 more of these Store Max cargo holds. Again, you could swap them out for different ones if you wanted to, the red ones. We've got the Helios 400 grav drive from Deep Core, A-class, 9 power, and 27 grav jump thrust, which gives us 27 jump range. Now, if we see here, if we can get a better one. So the Deep Core, this is a Helios 400. Do you not sell Helios? Okay, so Helios 400 seems to be the highest in this one, but can we get a 30? Is there a 30? No, I don't believe there's a 30 of A class. Or if there is, it's not for sale here. And then for engines, we have a pair of these White Dwarf 3030 engines from Relodyne. A class, max power 3, 21,930 engine thrust, and 3210 maneuvering thrust. Now, something that's interesting about these, if we go to the engines, is it going to have them? So these White Dwarf, they require 4. But they boost the speed up to 118. So if you want 180, so if you wanted more speed, you could swap them out, get a little bit more speed. I believe you lose mobility. Let me check. So you lose, not that much mobility, but you gain more speed if that's what you're into. It's just something to consider, considering they're the same model. And then we have a pair of these Pinpoint 4G landing gear from Tayo, starboard and port. They give 2 thrust. And then we have 2 of these Deimos Hull A, and then 2 of these Hope Tech bumpers A. And then on the bottom of the vessel, we have the Deimos landing bay. Then we have the 100 cm ballast shielded cargo, 160 shielded cargo. And then we have 2 of these Nova Galactic NG-20 landing gear 4. So all in all, it's a pretty interesting ship. If I was going to recommend, like, upgrading it, like I said, I'd probably swap these out here. Let me just delete these real quick. And I'd replace them, at the very least, I'd replace them with some of these bad boys, the red ones. Just so we can effectively, like, double the cargo capacity. Like so. Already we're jumped to 2100. Now I'd probably remove these because they're not really necessary. And you could potentially strap 2 more on there. Now you're losing a lot of mobility here, just keep in mind. That actually looks kind of better though. And then I'm gonna be honest with you. You may disagree now on me doing this. Let me put this. Well, you could potentially strap 2 more of these. Oh, I wish you could put 1 more there, but you can't. So now this is, we're hauling as is, and then we need to put something there. What could we put there? Maybe another engine. Yeah, actually that doesn't look too bad. Another engine there, just so you can, you know, have a little bit more maneuverability. Mobility doesn't go up very much. I know it goes up a little bit. Now, obviously, if you wanted to... What are these? These are 3. Now you could... Let me see if we could get some other engines. I'm just trying to see if we can work on getting this mobility a little bit higher. What engines do we have? Okay, so we don't need new good landing gear. Landing gear is good. The... 2. Okay. Oh, I'm very stupid. I apologize. I didn't realize I should be swapping these for the best ones. So the engines kind of get carried away. So these are the 30-30. Oh, these are also 30-30. Never mind. Let me see here where we got. What are these white dwarf? I'm just trying to find engines that are kind of light and only use 2 power. They use 3 power. So the Ammon does 7. We could fit 3 of these on here. Now this would increase our mobility by a little bit. It gives an extra 10. It's not amazing, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Now for weaponry, I'd remove these here because, yeah, there's no real point putting weaponry there. What I'd probably do, weapon-wise... See, this is a cargo vessel, so we got to remember that. We're not going to have a lot of weapons. So what I'd probably do is I'd slap these here, and I'd slap another one there. And then... We've got the as usual, we've got like the 2 ways we can set this up. So we've got the overkill mode, which would be making use of either these electron beams, 2 of these ones, if you can. So I'd slap 1 each side. Oh no, oh come on. Yeah, I'd slap 1 each side, like so. So I'd put 2 2s there, or so 2 of the 3 power ones there. And then I'd put 2 of the 4 power ones underneath. And that, I mean, that setup, on lower difficulties, you're going to have no issue with defending anything. And then bonus points if you have these Vanguard ones, because with these ones you can put 6 of them on the vessel. So you could potentially... Oops. So you strap like so. Come on. Why do you want to snap there? Very weird. Oh yeah, and then snap that there, and then you have more than enough room for 2 more, which you could put under here just to kind of, you know, level it out. Now this is obviously if you want to go completely overkill. If you don't want to go overkill and you want to use like weapons that require a little bit of skill, not skill, but you know, I would go the route of You can't really go wrong with 2 of these autocannons. I just slap one on the top here. And then one on the other side. And then I would get some of these Dragon megawatt pulse lasers again. You can go automatic or manual, or full auto or single fire. And then you've got like a decent setup there. Now the only thing I'd change from an aesthetics point of view, let me see if we have any structural pieces. So I'd put this here. Why do you not want to go there? Oh, okay. I see. So I'd put this here, and you have to do the little flippy technique, so we're gonna... just so we have some... There you go. Sometimes when you do the technique, it's a bit... Now this... I'm just gonna blend it with this color. There we go, perfect. And then on the back here, I'd probably put this brace like so, just to hold it together. So you could probably put these on the bottom if you wanted to. Yeah, we'll put these on the bottom. The brace won't fit there. And then on the top here, let me see, what do we have? Do we have any? Oh, we do. Come here. So I'd probably just slap 2 of these bad boys here, just so like it's kind of like, you know, like it's holding the cargo in place. And then obviously we'll make them the same color as the engines. Perfect. So yeah, all in all, that's how I'd probably configure it if you're looking for the armored hauler with way more hauling potential. Like we've jumped up the cargo to like almost 4K. Which is, yeah, it's just really, really good. Now you don't need to do all this obviously, but it's just, you know, it's just a suggestion. But anyway, that was the modifications. I'm going to just slap back to the normal version real quick. So, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if you've come across... I'm assuming you guys have come across it. Let me know, did you know you could buy this ship, or did you guys get it in a nefarious manner? And if you have gotten it, let me know what you guys think of it. How did you guys customize it? And as always, thanks, like I said again, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content. And also, don't forget to check out some of my other reviews. Bye.